Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I picked this article here because it's funny for some and very serious for others. And I have Mr. Medvedev, the former Russian president, who seems to be on crack or something because he's really making some statements. I don't know if is he trolling the Ukrainians or what? I mean, he's bombing everybody. I think he was just activated in a way that he angers people or pushes buttons or really show a different guy that, hey, maybe Putin is a nice guy, this is even worse. I don't know if this is a show or whatever it is, because really, look at this title here. So Medvedev claims Russia started war because Ukraine is part of Russia. This is from Ukrainska Pravda today, March 23rd, 2023. Now this guy is like taking a poop. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at it. Dmitry Medvedev, deputy chairman of the Security Council of the Russian Federation, has lied. They have to tell you, Ukrainska Pravda has said he's lied in an interview with Russian propagandists that Ukraine is part of Russia and that the West has underestimated the Kremlin's determination to start war. Look at him. Well, I'm not going to tell you a joke, but when I saw that leg, my mom said that a certain kind of people have that, that kind of leg. I can say it because some of them are my friends now. All right. That was not a good thing, by the way. Source: Russian Kremlin-aligned news outlet RIA Novosti. Quote from Medvedev. Now, brace yourself, my friends. We're gonna have Medvedev. We're gonna have Medvedev tell us how it is and who's who, what's what. I laughed when I read this. I was like, oh my God, Medvedev! Everything that you're not supposed to say, you say it. And a lot of what he says, people really believe. Well, I'm not here to debate if that's true or not, but who is familiar with the Malo-Russians and so on will have a understanding better of what's going on. So, and I'm quoting Medvedev, not only that, but Ukraine is a part of Russia. Let's be honest. It is a part of Russia. I mean, can you see this guy talking? Like, he's like, let me show you. He's like, let's be, I mean, not only that, but Ukraine is part of Russia. I mean, let's be honest. It's a part of Russia. This guy is... All right, so, but for geopolitical reasons and because of the history of what happened, we have long put up with the fact that we live in different apartments. End quote. We live in different apartments. Jesus Christ. Now, details. Medvedev then kept on lying. The Ukrainians don't like this one bit. About the fact that the territory of Ukraine had ostensibly always belonged to the Russian Empire. According to him, most of the Ukrainian territory was initially inhabited by a native Russian population, which was part of, and I'm quoting, Great Russia, not Small Russia, so not Malo Russia, but Great Russia. Medvedev also said that he had the impression that the Western countries did not believe and did not see the, and I'm quoting, degree of determination, end quote, of Russia to start a war in Ukraine, and therefore they, and I'm quoting, miscalculated, end quote. And again, I'm quoting Medvedev, what an honor. That's why it's pointless to negotiate with some countries, blocs, communities of countries. They understand only the language of force, only the language of force. Medvedev said, okay, one more time in like St. Peter. So, was Ukraine part of Russia? I'm pretty much certain that a lot of people will say yes, a lot of people will say no. There's not going to be something in between. I can tell you for a fact that if you look in a history, you're going to find modern day, how do you call it, Ukraine, the territory. It has many, many parts that belong to other nations. I'm not saying countries, I'm saying nations. Why? Because a lot of these nations, the population, Now they're minorities in Ukraine. I understand things overlap. I understand that, and borders overlap. But the thing is, Ukraine has one disadvantage. And there's a disadvantage, and I'm not saying this to be an, I don't know, asshole or something, but is that they didn't really have a name. Not really. I looked in history, I didn't find any Ukrainian kingdom. I didn't find any Ukrainian, I don't know, empire, Ukrainian, they were the Rus Kiev, something Kiev, Rus combination. And if you look at the historical evidence of the Ukrainians, they're mentioned kind of late. Now, I don't want to go into that because I know people from outside of certain nations, they know a certain kind of history, and the people involved know much, much better just by being in that country because they know details. So I'm not here to say Russia owns Ukraine, Ukraine is part of Russia. No, what I'm trying to make is, for instance, Crimea, when did it belong to Ukraine? For instance, when, let's say, parts of Bessarabia, which is part of Moldova, that now belong to Ukraine by west of Odessa, for instance, when did that belong to Ukraine? Maybe to Soviet Union at one point because they grabbed it, but when? It was given. Like Ukraine was given this, that, from this, and that. It was given only because not only, but yeah, I think I would say only under the umbrella of the Soviet Union. I mean, if you go at 1918, when it was Ukraine declared independent and all that, because Russia did what it did over there, and then the Soviet Union took over it. That's again, how were those borders determined? And then after that, what happened? Take the borders of 18 of Ukraine, and take the borders, let's say, of Ukraine within take the borders, let's say, of Ukraine in 1991, and you see it's much bigger now than it was then. So how come? What happened? And a lot of things, territories like Crimea, I mean, we know it was taken and given. Khrushchev, 1954. I mean, it's a fact. Now, where was it taken from? From the moon? From whom? It's there. But anyway, I'm not here to, as I said, pass judgment who has who, even though, as I said, there's a lot of countries, actually, I would say all of them, claiming that that's their territory. I mean, even Lithuania, if you look at one point, Lithuania and Poland, were together in a little bit of something, remember? And then they had, Belarus was part of it. Ukraine was part of it. So, I don't know, the fact is that this guy, Medvedev, is just pushing buttons left and right. And I suspect that if he would take Putin's place, I don't think he's going to do anything that he said that he will do. Including with Ukraine. He can claim that, as I don't know, other people claim this belong to us, that belong to you. It depends on circumstances. And for instance, Poland right now has an opportunity to get Ukraine's western territories, and I think Ukraine's current, modern Ukraine, and my Polish people can say whatever they want. I'm 98, I would say 99% certain, which I might be very wrong, but I don't think so. If Ukraine falls at one point, disintegrates, or falls because the Russians, let's say, advance more and more, they will enter and get their part. Probably the same will do the Hungarians. Not the Romanians, because Romanians are weasel, but anyway. The Poles are not weasel, and there are weasels sometimes, when they yell across the river, I'm gonna beat you, yeah, why don't you come over here, I'm gonna beat you. That's yelling across Belarus and across Ukraine towards the Russians, we're gonna beat you, yeah, come over here, don't make me come over there. And Russia is like, I'm pretty sure I will see you soon. And the Poles, yeah, bring some more HIMARS, we got Americans here. Yeah, what are you gonna do about it? Anyway, but it's good to have sometimes false confidence because you take it real bad. So anyway, this is it with Medvedev. What do you think? Is he funny or what? I think he is, from let's say, a guy who doesn't have anything to do with those two guys. I think it's funny. But I know the Ukrainians are fuming and the Russians are saying, yeah, man, yeah, duh, it's ours, yeah, we should take it. Good luck. I let you know when they take it. They when reincorporated into the Russian Federation. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.